So do you know your adjustments yet with Ronnie going back to Lehigh Valley?
Yeah, Bronner goes in.
Okay. So 12 and 6 most likely?
Yes.
Okay.
And goalie for tonight?
Be Carter.
So you're in these games against these opponents that are playing for things like the other night and tonight. Do you use that at all with your young guys as kind of an example of where this team can get in the next 2-3 years, or is it just by the
We're
wayside?
just worrying about trying to play the right way.
Yeah.
The last couple games you've had Owen Tippett playing on the left wing. How has he looked in that role compared to his natural spot on the right side?
Yeah, I think it's different for him. I noticed when I put him on the right wing in the third period, whether he was just changed his attitude and wanted to change the game, or he just felt more comfortable there. Those were his best minutes of the last game on the right side. Thought it was a good line, Catesy, Hazy, and him. I'm going to keep trying him on left wing as I look to the future and maybe try to predict some of the right side stuff we might have. I want to see him play. He doesn't. He can play either side. He has no problems with it. But especially the last game, he certainly looked more comfortable there. But I think he just said, you know what, we're flat. I'm going to try to take control of the game, and I thought he did.
Is there anyone else that you want to try on that side, looking, like as you mentioned, looking ahead to the future?
Allie will get some work there on the left side. Beezer obviously plays both sides. Yeah, on the top of my head right now, those are the guys. Allie may get some work there tonight on the left wing. So we'll see how it goes.
I know just based off of the last two games with having Owen and Travis playing together, they haven't gotten to play together very much just because of the fact that they play on the right side typically. But what do you like about potentially having the two of them together going in the future?
I didn't like them.
At all?
Yeah, that's why I split them up. Yes, but it's just a small sample size. We're running out of games. We don't have much left. You'll probably see them again. Again, this is all in my mind as far as just looking at maybe what next year starts with. So, I just don't think TK, Frost, I don't think we had a lot of guys going for a lot of that game offensively. So we'll see. I certainly want to revisit it, I'll tell you that, because I think it could be something dangerous if they could work together.
When we spoke to Tony the other day, talked a little bit about, he was pretty critical about some of his defensive details over the last recent stretch of games. I guess, how do you approach him and talk to him about what you want to see from him when he is able to get back in the lineup going forward?
Yeah, he like I've said all year long, his first pass, there's not many defensemen that can make a first pass like him in the National Hockey League as far as getting us out of our end zone. We continue to work with him defensively. We want him to improve there, and so I think I got one of the best coaches in the league in Brad Shaw. So we're going to continue to bang away with him without trying to get in his way as far as that the natural ability of him seeing the ice when he has the puck. So so we'll just keep on working with him.
Nick Seeler is one block shot away from tying Ivan Provorov for the team lead. I guess with Nick, how impressed have you been with him in his role specifically this year?
I think he's had a really good year. And for me, when I started in June, not many people are talking to me about Nick Seeler. I don't think he was on a lot of people's radar. And I think he's probably been one of our steadiest defensemen in his role. And what he can do for a team, I think he's been one of our steadiest players this year.
Ronnie, it was a really small sample size with him, but sending him back down to Lehigh. What did you like about his game while he was up here, and what do you want to see him work on?
The number one thing, I think he's raw. I think there's some work to do. The biggest positives for me, he's long, he's a right-hand shot, and he makes a decision and goes with it. There's no in-between with him. And I really liked that about him when he played the two games. I got to feel more about him when I was coaching him instead of watching him up top, and there's something there. He certainly wasn't out of place. He has a lot to work on, as to be expected at that position, but I thought he equipped himself very well.
Was, I guess, your impression of him different coaching on the bench just because you got to experience the emotions of it a little bit more? Why was that?
Well, I just seem to see it more. It's just boring up top. I I don't think it's a hockey game watching it up there. And I got to see him. We all know his energy. I think he's such a positive influence on the bench and just the way he carries himself. That's you have Desi that came up here. You have Forrester that comes up here. You have him come up here. I think we'll probably see another defenseman come up here, probably for the Columbus game. Not sure which one. It's really, it just leaves a good taste in your mouth as you start thinking about next year and some of the competition we'll have in these positions.
And along that line, with Konechny and Lawton being so effective on the kill offensively this year, it seemed to get that back a little bit in the last game. I know Konechny was out for a while. How much of a part of the plan moving forward is something like that, when you look at what those guys are able to do, him and Casey and the three of them?
As far as killing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a sore spot in our team. It's been, Bradshaw has worked his ass off trying to get it straightened out, and we have not been consistent. It's hurt us. They're going to be a part of it. When you start forecasting, you hope Cam and Coots come back and they're healthy, ready to go. Face-off guy. Yeah. Cam has been a penalty killer for me for the 6 years I was in Columbus, and I think he did it here his first year here in Philly. Really good. And him and TK are very similar in how they kill. It's certainly something that we definitely need to prove on, but TK and Lots are going to be part of it.
A month ago, Owen Tippett was getting a ton of ice time over the last handful of games or so. I think his average has gone down just a little bit. Has that been a conscious decision on your end, or is that something just the way that it's worked out?
We've taken him off a penalty kill a little bit. He's a little banged up, has been banged up. He's playing through a number of different things. Took him off some penalty killing for a few minutes, and I also trying to give ice time to other people too, to give them opportunities. I have a pretty good idea what Tip is right now. And where we think he's going to be as he keeps progressing. So it's a little bit of, well, it's definitely me taking some of that away. He's not always doubled up when we play with the 7D and 11 forwards. I've used some other people there too.